To have a great relationship, learn what those in great relationships do differently. In my research study for the surprising secrets of highly happy marriages, I identified 12 little things that make a big difference. Here is secret number 3. When you can't resolve conflict and anger before bedtime, you may actually find it is better to sleep on it. But if there is still anger or hurt in the morning, don't let it go unresolved. Deal with it. In our premarital counseling, many of us heard, "Don't go to bed mad. Don't let the sun go down on your anger." I can remember so many nights that Jeff and I were up at 1 a.m., exhausted, upset, feeling like we had to hash things out, but sometimes only getting ourselves into a deeper hole. Well, what if I told you, you might not have to resolve things before bedtime to have a great marriage? Although it is always good to try to work through issues quickly, and you can never hold your anger over the other person's head, the happiest couples have found that resolving things before bedtime isn't always possible. If they are exhausted and things are getting worse instead of better, they often agree to sleep on it. Half the time, the next morning, they're like, "What was that about?" But if there is still hurt and anger the next day, they deal with it. It turns out that is the difference that helps make them happy. The struggling couples are more likely to just ignore the issue the next day and hope it goes away, but the happiest couples deal with it. It turns out that the often quoted Bible verse about not letting the sun go down on your anger is itself a quote of Psalm 4:4, which says, "Don't sin in your anger, think about it overnight and remain silent." So if you need to, instead of saying something at 1 a.m. that you might regret later, think about it overnight, and it may be much easier to resolve in the morning.